The California High-Speed Rail Authority is announcing a $98 billion business plan for a train that would take over 2 decades to build. Now, this price is nearly double any previous projection, and many critics warn the costs, hey, they could go much, much higher. Time to let the Willis watchdogs out. Yu-Dee Chang is the chief trader and sole principal at Ace Investment Strategists in Washington, D.C. Tina Corby is the associate editor of HotAir.com in Oklahoma City. And Monica Crowley is a radio talk show host. Tina, I want to start with you here. What do you make of this story?
This is just evidence of government inefficiency at its best. I think the critics are right that the prices can just go up from here. If the government says they're going to do something for this price, it's going to be double that. If they say they're going to do it in 10 years, it'll be twice that time. And President Obama's calling for more of this. He wants light-speed rail across the country, and this is going to cost more than California can afford.
Kumbaya, my friend. Monica, I mean, really? Double? The state's in the toilet.
Oh, absolutely. California is broke beyond belief. The initial projections for this, Jerry, were about $50 billion, which was eye-popping enough. But now we're finding out, it's going to be double that, nearly $100 billion in taxpayer money. The country is broke. Taxpayers are taxed enough already. And look, this isn't the only infrastructure project that's coming under fire. In New Jersey, New York, we had to cancel this extension, right, of a new tunnel because there is simply no money. The 2nd Avenue subway here in New York City running up massive bills. Right. There is no money to pay for this. It's enough.
Do you agree, or you think that maybe we should just find the money for this high-speed rail? Because God knows there's no planes that fly between those cities. There's no people to drive cars, right?
Yeah, I actually agree with you on that point. It's a highly needed project. However, it's poorly executed. If you think about, like you were saying, the highway between Sacramento and San Francisco and also L.A. to San Diego is actually badly needed. And plus, high rail, or so-called light rail, the bullet train, is actually a technology that we're about 40 years behind. It's good, it's clean, it's fast, it's good for the environment. However, you're right, though. The state of California, it costs about, NASA says, $50 billion to go to Mars and comes back, and this project is going to cost $100 billion, of which state of California only has about $12 billion of which accounted for.
I'm telling you. I mean, if you really feel that strongly about it, get some private sector people to do it. That's my view. Okay. Congressman David Schweikert, this is our next story, is telling President Obama he needs to quit using taxpayer dollars to purchase copies of his own book. Now, you'll remember we reported the State Department purchased more than $70,000 worth of Obama's books to stock libraries to give out as Christmas presents. And in a letter to the president, Schweikert writes this: receiving royalties from government purchases of your book is exactly the type of out-of-touch Washington behavior that the American people are weary of and will no longer tolerate. We request that you instruct all agencies to no longer purchase copies of your book and remit a payment for any royalties received as a result of those sales. Monica?
Yes, we, the taxpayers, would like to be reimbursed for the purchase of, which one was this? Audacity of Hope, Dreams from My Father. It's sort of unclear what it is. Look, I have a book coming out next year. Wouldn't it be great if the taxpayers would just foot the bill for $70,000?
But not likely for you, Monica.
I would not. I know, highly unlikely for me since I'm not the president. But no, this is not the taxpayers' responsibility. This is not the government's role to support the president's private sector thing, which is his book. This is an outrageous spending of taxpayer money. And once again, I repeat, we are broke.
Tina, to you, let me ask you the question this way. So if you were the president, maybe you didn't know about this, maybe you had no idea, right? And you hear about it, wouldn't you immediately go to those folks and say, stop doing that because people are going to be really ticked off? Right?
Right, absolutely. Yeah, it's just evidence of ethics blindness on his part. We knew that he was doing this. It came out. It was clear that they were spending money on his own books, and Monica asked which books they were. It included Of Thee I Sing, a children's book. My favorite of this whole story is the administration's excuse that they said they were giving these books out to try to broker important discussions about foreign policy issues.
Yes.
And again, they were spending money for a French language version of this children's book. So how is that exactly going to broker important foreign policy discussion?
Well put, Tina. Yu-Dee, what do you say?
You know what? This really sucks, but you guys are too harsh. We're talking about a $1.5 trillion federal deficit. Who cares about $70,000? It sucks.
Care.
We care.
It sucks.
Wait
a minute. This does suck. It sucks because number one, I don't want to get a book for Christmas present, and number two, the book does not have a chapter on how to fix the economy or how to get jobs under this economy, and number three, these books do not provide me with answers to the two questions I really need answers on that I really don't get. One, Occupy Wall Street, and two, Kim Kardashian's wedding. Just don't get it.
Well, there's a lot.
None of us get it.
Yeah.
Yu-Dee, none of us.
Listen, guys, thanks for your help tonight. Great job, all of you, Yu-Dee, Tina, and Monica. Thanks so much for your help tonight. Appreciate it.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
Coming up.